Unless we call it for what it is, we're not going to get anywhere. This soft peddling to the establishment and to the fools gets you nowhere. Right? So-called good manners. They hide behind that. They need to be called for what they are. Absolute fools. And disgusting fools and dangerous fools. Where indirectly they do a lot of harm. And unfortunately the majority of the people in the world today are fools. Relative to what the truth is. Most of them are in fairyland. Not only from a religious point of view, but from a political point of view. And from a scientific point of view. Some of the science is worse than the religious nonsense. More dangerous. Filling little kids up with pus sores and bloody chemicals, vaccinations, right? And a host of other bloody things the medical profession are doing. They're almost depraved. I don't know. I don't know how we put up with it. Well, I do. I do, really. It's fools, yes. Took me a long while to believe. But I have to accept it now. Have to accept it. Right? We're living in a stupid bloody world. Technology is the only thing that kept their head above water. If it wasn't for that, right? That's true science. Of course, they try and misuse, the worms try to get into that and misuse technology. Right? But absolute technology is absolute science. Right? Materialism, pure physical universe. But the worms get into it. Even the lefties got into the materialism, dialectical materialism, right? A lot of people are only cranky with religion, not because of the absurdity in it, but because it's a threat to their scenario, right? That was the lefties, see? Communism is a backward bloody step, lack of competition, right? And also dictatorship, standover tactics, thuggery, that's what it is in there, right? They glorify it and make it so, oh yes, all working together. Absolute BS. You want to see how they operate, not only in their own countries, but even in the unions. They're thugs in the unions even, right? So everywhere you turn, where are you going to go? You look for the answer, the ideal society, religion, politics, socialism, you name it. It's all bloody contaminated. So where do you go? Well, I can give you the answer. You've got to be a materialist, a 100% materialist, right? And understand how nature works, right? And try and redirect it in a progressive way, right? I won't say change it because you can't change nature. Even the negative things, the so-called negative things in nature are inevitable. But we can redirect things, right? And even that's inevitable too. That's what you've got to do, redirect direction. So we've got a universe composed of infinite space with matter distributed throughout, combining and disintegrating and combining. That's what we've got. Right? And all the negative things for us, you don't cure it by negative bloody attitudes. Right? You try and find out the primary cause, right? When you put someone in jail, it's supposed to be a corrective system where you correct the situation. But often you make it worse when they get in there, right? They wouldn't know what the correct... They wouldn't... These psychiatrists and psychologists, they wouldn't know the answer to anything. Right? They're full of gobbledygook too. When you understand the basic nature of the universe, you can step back and you can say, right, and get to first causes and redirect it. Right? And that's what we human beings do. We redirect matter particles, the motion of matter particles. In the long term, that's what we're doing. And when it comes to crime and that, well, it's more sophisticated. It's mental problems, right? That's the only hope you got. But most of it, we're hopeless. The mental cases, they just fill them up with drugs, right? Most sicknesses, psychological problems, you name it. We wouldn't have a bloody clue. No wonder it's getting worse. People commit murder, everything, because they got depression or something or other, or commit suicide. So that's the only hope we've got. We've got to accept a purely physical, inevitable acting universe and understand how we can redirect it for our betterment. The betterment of our society or ourselves. Right? And once we do that, and if we're lucky, well, when I say lucky, I'm a bit sceptical about the word lucky, because everything's inevitable. Right? But if by chance you get on the right track, and if you listen to me, you're getting a chance to get on the right track. Right? And probably save yourself a lot of problems. Anyhow, I'll sign off at that.